So Lamar, tell us about your role, and then you are the lead man in this film. So how does that feel, and like how did you prepare for that?
Well, I play Michael in this movie. He's the youngest brother of two. Yes, it is told through his perspective. He is the lead of the film, and it feels amazing, you know, especially to be telling the story that is set and based in Scarborough, which is where I'm from, and I grew up. It's really a full circle moment for me. And it's really momentous, and it's divine. I couldn't really ask for a better film to come and premiere at TIFF, truly.
And you know, this film's always compared to like Boys in the Hood, of course. And it's funny though. Why do you think it's taken so long to tell stories of like stories from Scarborough?
I'm not sure, you know? I mean, I think Scarborough has definitely been on the map, and people definitely know about Scarborough, but I think there's a cinematic lens that maybe people didn't explore until now. I mean, last year there was a movie also called Scarborough, you know? So I think people are stepping into Scarborough and really putting a lens onto the rich culture and the music and really the experience, you know? And growing up, you know, in Scarborough, I think it's just a melting pot of a whole bunch of different cultures, and I think there's something to take from that, you know?
So tell us, Clement, what actually inspired this film?
What inspired this film was a beautiful novel written by David Cheriandy. David Cheriandy wrote this novel, Brother, in 2017. In 2018, I read it. And I just recognized the world. I recognized the family. I recognized the feelings. I recognized the smells that he described, the music in the novel. And I was moved by it, so I wanted to make it into a film.
And talking to the cast members here, and then they're talking about the culture of the 90s. And what is it about the culture of the 90s that you actually miss and, you know, you actually reflect in this film?
And, you know, the 90s were a time and place where, you know, there was great music. You know, there's a sense of, in Scarborough at least, and in Toronto, there was a kind of emergent art scene with writers and filmmakers that was blossoming, and I was a part of that in some ways with my earlier films, and so what I missed is the kind of discovery where people were discovered, you know, because after the 90s we had the Drakes of the world, we had the Weekends of the world, we had the Justin Biebers of the world. But I think that's all kind of germinated and grew out of the 80s and 90s.
And what's it like working with director Clement Virgo?
Clement Virgo is a gem, honestly. He is so kind, patient. His vision is something that I really trust in. You know, when he says that we're ready to move on, I really believe him. He really just set a tone for us and an environment where we could feel safe to be vulnerable and open and just go on these characters' journeys. And I really felt that I was able to 100% go on Aisha's journey because of Clement. He's incredible.
My character is called Ruth. She plays the mom of the two boys. And she is beautifully complex and nuanced and full of emotion, but trying to, as moms do, especially immigrant moms, trying not to show all of it all the time, fighting a real battle, full of love, but also full of fear. Fear for her sons, fear for her sending two black boys out into the world. It's a character that I love playing because there's so much there, but also it's one of these things that you finish your day and you're exhausted.
So tell us about your role in the film.
I'm young Michael, the younger version of the lead role. It's about two brothers, in the early 90s, and then a sad event happens that changes their lives forever.
How does it feel to be in a movie?
It feels really good. It's my first time on the red carpet, and I'm so excited.
So tell us about your role in the film.
I am young Francis, so I play a little boy in in Scarborough in the 90s or 80s. I'm not sure.
What was the audition like?
The audition, it was, you know what? It was actually pretty nice because I got to meet Clement. I got to meet some of the other crew, and yeah, it was pretty fun, relaxing. Yeah.
And what did Clement Virgo teach you about acting or being in films, actually?
Well, he taught me a lot. Well, I never really, that's like the biggest film I've ever been in. So I've seen a lot of new equipment and stuff and like how everything's made, you know?
What's it feel like to be here at TIFF on the red carpet and stuff?
I'm going to be honest.
Being interviewed by people.
I'm really nervous.